Apparently, according to Facebook, I'm a type of pizza. Because the company made the first vacuum cleaners, I think, when people say Hoover, they don't mean necessarily the Hoover machine. They mean just generally a vacuum cleaner, because the name Hoover has become synonymous with vacuum cleaners. This is what people call them now. That's a Hoover. I'm gonna go hoovering. And like with I know modern days like iPads, people to say tablet. They've got a tablet. They've got a Samsung tablet. Do they make tablets? I don't know. Nobody knows, do they? iPad. Apple make iPads. So people say iPad, they mean a tablet, don't they? Get your iPads out. I haven't got an iPad. What have you got? I've got a Samsung. Does Samsung make tablets? They don't make iPads. Anyway, I think, and maybe like sellotape. People say sellotape, they mean sticky tape. Because sellotape is the biggest brand, maybe the first one, I don't know. The biggest brand, definitely, of sticky tape. So people say sellotape, they don't mean sellotape necessarily, they mean sticky tape. But I was wondering, do you think other things like maybe scissors? Was there a company that made the first scissors, and now people just call them scissors, even though they're not made by the scissors company? Is that a thing? Which kind of pizza are you? I'm not a pizza. I'm a human being. What's the difference between space, not space as in space around you? What's the difference between space and outer space? Lamp. Did the company called Lamp make the first lamps, and now we just call them lamps? Space isn't within the ionosphere of the planet, is it? Space is beyond that, surely. So is outer space just a bit further? I'd like a pizza. I like pizza, but I'm not a pizza. The first people that made window, were they the window family? All the other houses in the village, they all just built with I don't know, wood, I suppose. The first houses, the first homes were caves, I suppose, but brick houses, I don't know, straw houses. No. Anyway, did they make them out of wood, and they just built these big boxes of wood, maybe with a door, obviously, or some way to get in? I suppose they might have been. The first houses might have been like canvas or something, like animal skins and things. I don't know. Anyway, but we'll stick with the wood ones. We go to the woods houses, and the first family, the window family, they cut a hole in the wall. Everyone thought they're idiots. Look at those idiots cutting a hole in the wall. The wind will come in. They're good, but they knew the family down the road, Mr. and Mrs. Glass. And well, they'd invented this see-through stuff made of sand. Sand? I mean, sand. Sand. Glass is made out of sand. I always find that amazing. Crazy. And anyway, the Glass family, they invented this glass stuff, this thing called glass. They call it glass because it came from the Glass family. And it's see-through, but they didn't know what to do with it. And Mr. and Mrs. Window knocked on their door. And they opened their door and they, can we have some of your see-through stuff, Mr. and Mrs. Glass? We're going to stick it in the hole in our wall so we can see out, but it doesn't let the wind in. Oh yes, brilliant. Yeah, you could. Yeah, have it. We're just off to Mr. and Mrs. Curtains. And on line 17, we have a man who has recently discovered he is actually a type of pizza. When you get calendars or other things that show you the months, we've shortened them down to 3 letters, all of them. So April becomes APR and January becomes Jan. It never seems quite worth it when you've got June. Radio. Mr. Radio. Well, we know Marconi started the radio, but maybe his best friend was called Radio. Mr. Pepperoni, how does this make you feel? I must be suffering from amnesia or something, because apparently I see these posts asking you what character from Aladdin are you? I don't think I was in Aladdin. So space is out there in our solar system, maybe to the moon and the sun and stuff. Is outer space further than that? Something I think about. How does May get away with it? May gets its whole name. I was a character in Aladdin, the movie Aladdin, and I don't even remember. I'm May. I get my whole name on a calendar. Yeah, the whole of all my letters on a calendar. Look at you, October or November. Oct. Yeah, you don't. You're just not all there. I'm the only one. I'm the only month that is all there. When you go out into space, that is what you don't have. Space. When you see it on the documentaries and stuff, they're in these tiny little capsules. They haven't got much space at all. I find that ironic. But what kind of chocolate bar are you? What kind of chocolate bar am I? I'm a chocolate bar now. Poor June. Poor June. Nearly there. And July, so nearly there. You're so nearly there, July and June. You know. But no, you didn't quite get there. But I did it. I'm all there. I'm all there. I am May. I've got a really good idea, right? Instead of having food, holding food in our hand all the time. It's difficult to you can't hold enough. You want more? I've invented this round thing that you can put your food on. I don't know what you're going to call it. Maybe I'll call it after me, John. Call it a John. No, that's rubbish. Call it a plate. I'll call it a plate after me, Mr. Plate. Would you like to buy one of my Mr. Plates? Or maybe it's called a John Plate. A John Plate. Would you like to buy one of my John Plates to put your food on? And it gradually got shortened just to plate. Maybe. It's interesting that the International Space Station doesn't have much space in it. It's the same with the days. Like Monday, you click off the day. Friday. Tuesday. Which Jim Carrey facial expression are you? I'm not a Jim Carrey facial expression. I'm a human being. If I was a Jim Carrey facial expression, I'd have a lot more money than I have now. Mun, tu, wed. I always think Thursday should be THUR, not THU, but Fry, Sat, Sun. We don't have anything to put our stuff in. Thank you, Mr. Box, for saving us. Boxes and boxes of scissors. Is the International Space Station in space or outer space? And on the line now, we've got a chap who says he's got an ingenious invention that can help you to open doors. Hello, is that Mr. Handel? Because I was born in April, I've got a real affinity for the month of April. I've got a soft spot in my heart for April. But then suddenly I feel let down. That the rhyme 30 days has September, April, June, and November. Why is my month only got 30 days? Come on, April, you can do better than that. He's a classical composer, but he's also an inventor, apparently. Nobody knew that. Mr. Handel invented the door opener. Space, which is outside the planet, is space. The black bit out there with the stars in it is space. With the Starship Enterprise that goes through, that's space. So outer space. Is outer space outside that space? A 31-day month is much better, isn't it? It's a day longer. Which character in the X-Men are you? I'm not in the X-Men. I don't have any superpowers. I'm not a mutant. Why would I be in the X-Men? Why would Facebook assume that I was in the X-Men? I'm not in the X-Men. Unless I've forgotten that I was in the X-Men. Was I in the X-Men? I don't think I'd be living here if I was in the X-Men. Yes, Mr. Handel. Yeah, I hear you. The line's very crackly, Mr. Handel. The line is very crackly. I can't hear you properly. Hello, Mr. Handel? I always feel a little bit let down by April. My month. That it's only got 30 days. I'm like disappointed. I've been shortchanged somehow. Oh, that's better. So I understand you've invented a device that can open doors. All these years we've pushed doors and we can't get out the other way. So how does your device work? Oh yeah. It turns and it opens. Oh, very clever, very clever. What are you thinking of calling this device? A spoon. Is it called space? Because there's loads of room. I think that's already painted. I think Mr. Spoon invented that a while ago. Yeah, I think, yeah. Think of something else. Yeah, I'm sure you'll think of something. I'm sure you will think of something. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Bye now, Mr. Spoon, Mr. Handel. Well, that was embarrassing. February. What's that all about? 30 days have September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, except February. For some reason. And outer space, there's even more room because it's out of space. Are we outer space? We're not in space. If you're in space, you're in space. If you're in outer space, are you not in space? You're here. I've even seen one. Which billionaire CEO are you? Which billionaire CEO am I? Well, none of them. I wish I was. I'd love that. I mean, Have I been hypnotised? So somebody else with my fortune? Mark Zuckerberg is out there with my money, and he's hypnotised me to forget who I am, and I'm living here in a semi-detached house, and not in a mansion in wherever he lives.
We live in cave. We live in cave. Keep safe from animals outside and wind and rain. Dry inside cave. Dry. What is he doing? Outside cave. Idiot. What is he doing? Who is he? Mr. House.
I mean, it's 28 days, right? So you've got 3 days short of 31. Take 3 days off the 31, some of the 31-day months, and add them onto February. Am I Mark Zuckerberg? And I don't even know it.
What is Mr. House doing outside of cave with logs? Making so ridiculous. That'll never catch on. Cave much safer than house thing. House thing.
30 days has September, April, June, and November, and October, and December, and January, and all the rest of 31. Job done.
Let's go. Let's go. I need to eat buffalo. Buffalo? You mean the cow? Those things that Mr. Cow bred from buffalo. Much easier to catch. They don't run.
All right, February can be 32 sometimes, but because of the leap year, or maybe the January. I actually think December should have the 32 days, not February. You had another day on the end of the year. You don't add it. Why would you add it on in the middle? Which supervillain am I? I'm not a supervillain, and this gets repetitive. I'm pretty sure I'm not a supervillain. I'm not a member of the X-Men. I'm not a billionaire CEO. And I haven't been in Aladdin. And I'm not a Jim Carrey facial expression.
I've flattened down these reeds. I've mushed them up, flattened them down, and I've made this stuff. You can write on it. No. You don't need a chisel. You just need a piece of charcoal or a pen. Mr. Penn down the road, he didn't know what he invented these things, and you could write on things, and nothing to write on. So I've made this stuff. Yes, but me, Mr. Papyrus, yes, you can call it Papyrus. Yeah, don't change it, please. I like the name.